Hello guys. Harold here. Thank you for being with me once again on the War Philosopher channel. So today, the next one on reclaiming pride. Pride, the sum of all virtues. So pride is undergoing a huge psyop. And pride is essential for the psyop because it's the way to keep people in conventional morality and compliant. So one side of the control spectrum is that it's a sin. You got to put your head down. You're not good enough. Why would you think yourself better than others? Dun, 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 dun. That's putting you down. That only benefits controllers. On the other side, because you don't want to be, if you see that, if you accept that part of the Hegelian dialectic, the other side is complete heresy. And for me, is the one I can stand the least. That the other one is going complete crazy and being one of these guys and rainbow colored and looking like a clown. That's pride. And being a homosexual and sodomizing yourself and doing drugs and twerking for children and talking to children. It's insane. I don't even want to go down it, but that seems to be the conventional morality, what people call pride. And as I've been going on this campaign and I, use my very clear definitions, immediately I'm faced with someone who is on another side of the spectrum. And here there's people who understand um, what I'm trying to talk about. But that's what we're doing today. We are breaking it down. We're destroying the herd morality. We are embracing master morality. We are embracing sovereignty as an individual. And that comes one of the first parts of pride, where true pride comes in when you're being, where a positive source of pride is rationality, right? Um, so yeah, not to drift off before I go in there, because I want to talk about rationality, but I'm sticking to Ayn Rand's definition, which is pride is the sum of all values. Oh, she's such an asshole. Typical thing. Selfish. I'm not even gonna. Again, I brought it in. We're not getting so much into those arguments, but to clarify what Ayn Rand tried to say, it's not about vanity. It's not about bragging. It's not about looking down to others, because that's what she defined as basically the insecurity of the second-hander. If you read the Fountainhead, that's Peter Keating personified. And let's shrug. James Taggart, he's personified. He's bad. He's a Democrat. He's a shill. So, in in the philosophy of Ayn Rand, in objectivism, pride is considered moral ambitiousness. It's a psychological reward for refusing to sacrifice your mind, your body, your values to a sick and degenerate society. And that's why the plot of An Atlas Shrugged is to get people to. John Galt pulls the prime movers out of society to stop being abused by the parasite. So, with clearing the negative, now we can establish the positive. That where's the value equation come with pride? It's like you can't achieve pride without practicing all the other virtues first. That's why, again, the crown of all virtues, the sum of all virtues. So first comes reason and rationality. So that's seeing reality exactly as it is, untarnished by mainstream propaganda. Productive achievement. So that's building things with your own hands, with your own mind, with your own sweat. A great source of pride. Independence. Independence is relying on your internal compass rather than some institutional consensus or the consensus of the crowd and all those things. So again, we're putting it here. All these other values need to be stacked up. You need to consciously choose them. You need to build upon them. Independence, rationality, productivity. And at the top, there's your pride built on a solid foundation. And the contrast I build when it's built on the opinions of others. Was some authority at the point of a gun or at the end of a whip, or psyops wants to tell you what to do, and then you're proud of that? That's a weak person. A person who is strong, who has a strong sense of self-esteem, can stand in his pride. It is a solid foundation to build upon. So, some applications. So we're talking about Ayn Rand. I want to lean back on the Fountainhead. Howard Roark, the example of the heroic man. His ego and his pride. Pride. The main character of the Fountainhead, in case you haven't read it, I want to keep bringing that back into the channel. Important study. Real important study. So he's an architect, and he doesn't build the buildings. He ain't flexing on people, man. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't do it for the dominate. He doesn't do it for the applause. He builds because his creative vision demands it. That he doesn't dominate others, right? So, in so much that Howard Roark, he'd rather starve than make a single change to his design or to give up to some committee. That is the pride of total refusal to betray your own standard. If you want to go a bit more context, I invite you to read The Fountainhead by Ayn Rand. So how does we apply this in the modern battleground? So saying no to things that are morally wrong and comfortable. So, for example, like a corporate narrative that demands you to suppress your authenticity, or something stepping onto the mat or into the gym because you're exhausted. Your physical sovereignty is non-negotiable. Building an independent enterprise from absolute scratch instead of drifting through the reactivity of life. Way to practice our pride. So, again, could you just go with the flow, or do you know what you want? Is it good? Is it rational? Is it strong? Is it congruent with natural law? And you should be very proud of your achievement and what you're doing. So don't come in as like, oh, look at you. Look at you and your pride because of your health. That's crazy that people health shame. That's crazy to say. There's health shaming. There's, I don't think you should be, too into the gym or be a workaholic. Obviously, that's negative. You're not supposed to just work all the time. But again, if this is, you're pursuing your rational achievement, the things that you truly want, you should be proud of like, hey, I'm committed to this. I put in a lot of time. I've developed mastery. And, this channel, very martial arts centered, but that's why I brought in with Howard Roark in architecture and his struggle to bring his creative vision into life. And his struggle when everyone told him it was crazy, he will never be an architect. He gets kicked out of art school. He goes, he gets through slander, betrayal, media campaigns, and he stands strong in the end. And what that story is supposed to show us is that when we're building ourselves on this bulletproof sovereignty based on pride, because our focus on the topic today is pride, we're able to stand tall and bring other people to us who build with us, and we're working together based on value. All right, so the synthesis. If you don't have pride, again, you're easily controllable. A warrior without pride is just a weapon that's easily wielded by a tyrant. And a philosopher without pride is a coward who will rationalize his own passivity. All right, so the ultimate standard of the sovereign requires you to hold your own scorecard. You judge yourself by your own grit, by your own discipline, and your alignment with natural law. So, giving you some examples, some things to do. We talk about this. We're going to keep going through the fear campaign. We're talking so much. How to overcome fear? No, now we're taking back pride. We're owning pride. We're changing the culture. The people is this and the end of the world and blah, 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 and vote. We're focusing on solutions. So, one thing, work on fear. I have the free fear transmutation manual linked below, right? You can get it there. Just put your email, you get linked directly to that. I'm running the one-on-one training cohort. If you want to be part of that, you can check it out on the channel. Be part of a sovereign community, part of our group and our network. And that puts you up in mind for the sovereign retreat that we're going to do in the mountains of the Dominican Republic. Get ready for that. If you're interested, follow. I'd love to hear what you think about this. And pride, build on. One thing I want to give you for exercise: work on a solid value, and be proud of that, and keep building it. That's where mastery is. Anything that you work on mastery, it could be something as simple as you're disciplined with being consistent with the schedule, sticking to your word, your workouts, whatever it is, work from there. You're proud of it. You're working on positive feeling. That's the form of alchemy that you need to do to be as productive, as positive as possible, and it's going to get you through the storms of difficult times. So to keep it short, leave it there. Thank you. Harold here at the Warrior Philosopher channel. Please consider subscribing, and I'd love to hear what you think. Thank you. Have a good night. Os.